Everybody, this is Weeley again. I'm going to give you one last opinion on the conference with Nintendo. Now, Nintendo didn't have as many exclusives, but they did have pretty good ones, and I am pretty happy that Nintendo had a good time. Did very well on their conferences. It was technically a digital event, which means they didn't even have a conference on stage. It was just like a digital thing. They have different developers tell their story about what games they made, but still overall it was a pretty nice event, and I was pretty happy with Nintendo. Obviously they didn't talk about the new console, but that's okay. They have a bunch of other games. They talked about Super Smash Brothers having your mini, where the Wii U you have your avatars gets to fight in it. And they have like different kinds of classes you can make your avatar to fight in Super Smash Brothers, which is a brawler, a gunner who can shoot guns, and a sword fighter, which is kind of strange and interesting. But to have your avatar to be in a fighting thing would be kind of interesting. And they said they're gonna have more moves for your avatar, so it won't be like the same. It'll be different moves, so you have more options to customize your avatar for it. You get to still play the characters, but you can add your avatar in it if you want. They even have a thing where it's like the Disney Infinity, where you can have your little toy, you can scan it, and your data will be in it. Super Smash Bros. Is going to have that too, which means it's going to have a Super Smash Bros. Trophy toy, scan over the Wii U, and the character will be automatically be played in the game. Which is kind of cool, It's like a Disney Infinity thing, but for Super Smash Bros. So they have a new game for Yoshi, called Yoshi Woolly World, which is basically a world of yarn. It actually looks pretty nice. It's actually a pretty cute game. They're actually making, finally making a game for Yoshi, because people love Yoshi. I'm pretty okay with a new game that's based on just Yoshi, but except it's just a ball of yarn, which is like a Kirby's yarn thing, but a little more in depth of the use of yarn in the game of Yoshi. They're going to have a game for Toad. Captain Toad is going to have its own game as well. It's going to be all about Toad, and it's called Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, which is basically you're a Toad, basically venturing and finding treasure. So it's going to be just you, Toad, which is pretty cool. And they're going to take a step away from Mario a bit and put other characters like Yoshi and Toad to be the main star, which is pretty nice. I'm pretty much okay with that. They talked about Hyrule Warriors, which is a new Zelda game that you can play 4 characters. Of course, Link, Zelda, and the other 2 characters. Fighting game, which is kind of like a style of Dynasty Warriors, except more of an RPG style. You can see the gameplay on the Nintendo YouTube account. You can check that out of their channel. I think they have more of that. And then they're going to announce the new Legend of Zelda game, which will be coming out next year. I saw a developer, and he said that it's going to be more open world than ever before in any other Legend of Zelda game, which is a nice thing to hear, because having a big open world for Zelda will definitely bring a much awesome experience gameplay, so I can't wait for that. I can't wait for more gameplay for this open world of Zelda. Obviously, a new Pokemon game, Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. For you Pokemon fans, hooray! You're gonna have the Omega Ruby and the Alpha Sapphire. More Pokemon games, which is obviously a big hit always. Bayonetta 2 is coming out. It's also the animation gameplay as well. Very nice. Bayonetta 2, people were waiting for that, and you're gonna get it. There's going to be a new Kirby game in 2015. They didn't tell the whole Kirby title, but there will be a new Kirby coming out. And they have the Exoblade Chronicles, and that looked really awesome. Again, that's Xenoblade Chronicles. It looks really, really cool. And that's the types of games that I like to see. You know, it's about these robot mechs you get to fight on, and it's really cool. No gameplay, just animation, but I can't wait for that, to see gameplay for that, because that looks really awesome. They have a new thing called Mario Maker, which you can make Mario stages for players could play, so it can definitely be like a hack and like create like a bunch of weird worlds. You can put as many enemies as you want, many barriers. You can put even where the coins will be, what the boxes will be. It's just it's actually a really nice addition for the 3DS. You know, to make your own course and try to have the most weirdest as possible. You can let your imagination run wild, and that's pretty nice. There's a new game called Splatoon. Splatoon is a game where it's like a shooter where you shoot ink pretty much everywhere. It's a team versus team where whoever covers the most ink of their own color of course, going to win the match. It actually looks pretty hype and a pretty fast-paced shooter. And like, whenever you have your own paint, you can dive in and go take shortcuts. You become the squid and you get to swim around and stuff. You gotta check that out on the Nintendo channel, where they're gonna show Splatoon. You know, Splatoon. It's a pretty nice, another original game that Nintendo's looking forward to. And Pollyanna, I think that's his name. Pollyanna is going to be in the new Super Smash Brothers. New character. She is from. She's with Pet. You know Pet, the Flying Angel. Yeah, she's with Icarus. It's Polenta. It's I think that's like Pet's goddess or whatever from Icarus. So you gotta check that out too. So overall, Nintendo did pretty nice. I think Nintendo did a good job. Not as much exclusives, but definitely they had some original games that are coming out. New games. You know, no Mario, but that's okay. We kind of need a break from Mario. Anyway, but and they have two new Zelda games that are coming out. One that is open world and one that's more into the cooperative play multiple characters type. So those are really good. Obviously, Pokemon kind of new, but you know everyone loves Pokemon. This whole E3 has been really interesting. I think every company did very well, at least. Well, EA kind of slowed down a little bit, but overall, the giants of Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo did very good. I think they did a good job. Even though Nintendo didn't have a huge conference, it was still a nice digital event. So yeah, I think Nintendo's did very good. Good job, Nintendo. Exactly what I want you to do. Put some games out. And hopefully see more in the future. Nintendo said they're going to add more game exclusives later in their channel, so we got to keep an eye on that too. Because they didn't have enough time for their digital event, so they said that there's actually more exclusives later in their YouTube channel. You can check it out. Thank you, thank you for watching, and EA has been really fun, and you will see the crew next time. Subscribe us for a lot of Let's Plays. Goodbye.